Hello fellow truckers and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. As you can see, we have a pretty big heavy load and we're heading back home to San Diego from Longview, Texas, carrying this big heavy log harvester. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. It's a very long drive. We're going to be making almost $120,000 on this load, so that's pretty much the reason I took it. I didn't necessarily want to go back to San Diego specifically, but you know, I'm not going to look at a $120,000 load and just let that go. So, yeah, that's what we have going on today. This is going to be a multi-episode load. We have 1,500 miles to go. That's going to take us between 3 and 4 episodes to get done. So, we'll try to make as good time as we can to minimize how many episodes we're going to be doing on this one. But we also are just going to be kind of going from one side of the existing map to the other with this load. So, that's going to be kind of cool, being able to kind of just see the entire breadth of what's available in the game as far as an east to west direction. So that's going to be pretty cool. Let's get on the road and start trying to get this done. If you're new to this series, I do try to kind of like babble as much as I can to keep the recording going, because I have something set up so that basically the recording pauses when I stop talking. That way I don't have to like try to manually remember when to unpause and pause and all that stuff. And especially for like my Elite Dangerous game, that's a really convenient way of managing my recordings for that. So that's I do the same thing here, because if I don't have anything interesting to say, I'm probably going to end up cutting it out of the video anyways if I was going to do like regular video editing. So that's what I do. I know that was a really long explanation for something that probably didn't need as much of an explanation as it does. But like I said, I try to babble my way through these. So there's that. I think today, since I don't really have anything specific to talk about, I'm going to talk about Last Epoch, because I was having a lot of fun on my live stream yesterday playing that game. I ended up doing an 8.5-hour live stream on that game. I don't think I've done an 8-hour live stream on any game that I've played so far. Hold on, I gotta take a look at this light here. And of course we get, oh, come on. Stuck on something. Stuck on a light pole. Damn it. I can get it around. Alright, well, yeah, they gotta be I guess they gotta be super careful. I forgot how long the load was. You gotta be super careful about that. But anyways, like I was saying, I don't think I've done an 8-hour live stream on any game that I've ever played so far for my channel. So I was having a lot of fun with that game. It's the right balance to me of, you know, engaging enough that you want to, that you feel like you're doing something, but not so punishing. And you know, this whole meaningful combat from Path of Exile 2 that they have going on, it's just, it makes the game feel like such a sloggy mess, and it's just not fun for me. But Last Epoch is like, you know, you're able to kind of just burn through most of the monsters, and then every once in a while you have to stop for this or that thing, and that's the way I like it to be. Contrast in life, I think, is a really, I mean, I want to be very careful with that statement. Contrast in life generally tends to be a pretty good thing, as long as you're not getting, you know, wild swings from super bad to, you know, only mediocrely good. you gotta be careful with that viewpoint, because sometimes I actually think we're going to be on the 20 for pretty much the entire time. We're going to be on the 20 over to the 10, because this is the 20, and I know that the 20 goes straight over to the 10, which goes straight over to the 8, which goes straight to San Diego. So ideally, this entire trip is going to be all freeway driving. I'll try to remember to pull us out of the cab every once in a while so that we can, you know, get some nice like drone shots or whatever. I still don't know why I can't zoom out any further than where I am now, but I think it had to have been one of the mods I had set up. I don't know which one it was that let me zoom out like really far, but it's kind of annoying that I can't anymore, and for whatever reason the cruise control stopped. I don't know what I did that forced it to do that. I don't know. But yeah, we have this is a 1,500-mile trip. We're just hitting the 1,500-mile aspect of that right now. If we can stay in the 75-mile-an-hour range for most of the trip, if we can stay 70 miles an hour plus for most of the trip, I think we could probably feasibly get this done in 3 episodes. But unfortunately, I have other life obligations that prevent me from being able to sit down and just knock out as much of it as possible in one sitting. So we have to just try to get these done in as big a chunks as we can. So if we can get our speed up to 75, like the speed limit allows us, that will help us get this done quickly. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of cool to just kind of drive from one side of the map to the other. I'm curious to know if, like, there's no way to know if it's actually going to happen, but I'm curious to know if the developers are going to be able to do all 48 contiguous states. That would be pretty interesting. I mean, they're continuing to develop it. I imagine they're going to get a bunch more states out, but I'm curious to know when user interest is going to fall off to the point that they decide, you know what, it's just not worth our time and effort to continue developing these states. I mean, it's eventually going to get to that. They're either going to finish it or they're going to get to the point where nobody's interested in the game anymore, that everybody decides, the developers decide, well, you know what, we're just not getting enough money out of this anymore to continue developing it, so we're stuck with 40 states instead of 48, or 35 states instead of 48 states. I don't know. I mean, I should look at the Steam. I should look at the Steam information to see how prevalent the game is on that. That's usually a good indicator for whether a game is doing well or not. But yeah, I don't know. Don't necessarily have to. I guess I don't necessarily have to babble the entire time. We can have nice little breaks on straight roads like this. With any luck, we'll be able to get down to about 1,000 miles before we end this episode. If we can find a nice little rest stop or a truck stop or something like that, right around the 1,000 to 1,100 mile mark, I think that would be pretty convenient. But I don't know. There just isn't really much happening on the road right now, so. And I don't really have like an interesting topic in mind to discuss. We are going to be passing. Looks like through. We're passing through something here. I didn't catch what. I think we might be in Houston, but I don't know. Or no, we're in Dallas. Never mind. We're in, I don't know, 45 north of Dallas. Where are we? I don't even know where we are. I don't know where we are. We just have a massive interchange at the 45. That's clearly, we're clearly at the intersection of the 20 and the 45, but I don't remember what city that's nearby, or if it's just an interchange. I don't remember. I think Dallas. I think we might be near Dallas, but I don't know. Regardless, we're going to be on the 20 for a very long time, so yeah. Boring freeway driving. Gotta love it.
Keep left.
Passing through another interchange right now with the 35 West. Yeah, we're definitely in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I know the 35, so yeah, we'll pass through this big interchange here. And this should be the last of, I think the last of the major cities until we get to like maybe Amarillo or El Paso and all that. I don't remember. I don't think the 20 passes through Austin. I think you have to go up to the 40 maybe for that, but I don't remember. I don't think the 20 passes through Austin. I think it's too far. I think it goes too far south for that, but I don't remember. It's been a long time since I lived in Texas, so I couldn't tell you. Got a nice little town with a main drag there and on either side as I drive off the side of the road. But yeah, I try to bring you guys back for cool stuff. Like I know it's not cool, but it's something different than driving down this freeway with trees on either side and plain grass median in the middle. So anytime something reasonably interesting shows up, so that way you guys get a sense of progression through the trip instead of just random cuts out of nowhere. Looks like the heavy trees are starting to peter out as we get more towards central Texas and on towards, what is eventually going to become the western deserts of the Southwest. So just wanted to give you guys a nice little contrasty view of what it was before and what we're kind of getting into now as we continue down the 20. Got ourselves a nice little, let's see, let's get an outside view here of the nice little roadside little settlement or something. I don't know, just some buildings and stuff. Just kind of get out of the cab for a minute because, oh, yeah, nice little town here. So I'll try to stabilize myself and give you guys a nice view. There's a big Coca-Cola logo off in the distance, and a Home Depot, and it looks like some hotel or something like that. Ooh, McDonald's, making me hungry. Making me hungry. Yeah, still got a good 200 miles before I would like to stop. Hopefully we can continue this trend of just cruising along at 75 miles an hour. Got several little small, I don't know if it's all just one big city and it just looks like a bunch of small towns, but this looks more like an extended city area with like a lot of more suburban kind of back roads or a lot of more suburban style areas. I think we might be coming out on the other side of it now, but yeah, a nice big settlement there, whatever that was. Might have been, I don't know what it was. It could have been Amarillo. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's Abilene. Okay, Abilene, Texas. I just passed a road that said Stink Creek Road, a sign that said Stink Creek Road. That's awesome. Starting to get into a nice, beautiful sunset, and that's kind of nice because we're going to be getting close to the distance where we want to kind of stop pretty soon, and that's going to make it pretty convenient because we'll be stopping at a place where we're going to actually rest for the night anyway. So as I try to stay on the road in this third-person view, it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world. We have another 100 miles to go before we are really supposed to stop, but I can see a rest area up here, and I don't know when the next one will be. So we're going to go ahead and just pull off the road here. We're close enough to where the distance I would have liked to have stopped, and maybe hopefully we can make it up a little bit next time. But yeah, let's go ahead and get off the road here. Get off the road here, head over to the fuel over there, grab some fuel, get into the parking spot, and call it a day. So, hold on. Ooh. Can I get in through this way? I probably should have gone around the other way, but that's fine. No, these fuel pumps over here look... They should be... I don't know. I see a scale over here, and usually there's fuel over that way. So, yeah, we'll go all the way out to the outside here so we have as much room as possible to turn. Oh, yeah, we're supposed to come in through the other way. Oh, well, it is what it is. I'm not going to... there's no traffic here anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and just do this. get our fuel filled up, and then we'll pull around to find some parking and call it a day. So hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button so that the YouTube algorithm will know and send the video out to as many people as possible. Hit that subscribe button, help us reach 10,000 subscribers. You can join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks. Or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. Also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go outside of YouTube to help out with channels. So again, thank you very much for watching. I will go find a place to park, and I'll see you then. See you for the next one.